Something that I don't really see people talk about too much is what's going to happen after you get all of the things you want in life. What happens after you have your property, you have a family, you know, you've got, you can do whatever hobby you want to. You no longer have to struggle as hard, you have room to breathe. What's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen, that book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie? Well, if you don't, essentially how it goes is if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll want a glass of milk. After you want the glass of milk, you want something else, and it'll never be enough, right? And that's because you've become adjusted to your own state of comfort. And when you're comfortable, you actually become numb to that situation. You forget quite quickly about how it feels to struggle and how much work it is to keep yourself sane and also to pick yourself up every morning or whatever and go to your job, right? Especially when you aren't seeing any returns on your work. You're making just enough to get by, giving all your money away to other people for them to spend so that they can live a better quality of life. But if you eventually hit that quality of life, it's kind of bleak because there's not really much for you to do. It's not like you can go to a community center that has your whole neighborhood. It's not like you leave your house and you wave at your neighbor and the same person walks down the street, knows your name, and you can't go borrow a cup of sugar. Like, we're all living separately together. And this sounds really crazy, but it's almost like the state of multiplayer games, of MMORPGs, competitive games. It used to be a social world. It used to be that was our social aspect for people who played those games. You would find friends, you would complete party quests together, you do raids. But now it's just a competition for who can be the best. And it's lonely at the top. Because there can only be one at the top. So, maybe being the best is the friends that you made along the way.